Hi, creative friends. This is Sreya, and thank you so much for being here. So this is my 100-day project series, and I was working on this particular portrait about a week ago, and then I got really super frustrated, and I was like, oh my God, I'm fighting with the page. That's never a good place to be. And whenever that happens, I know that it's my ego, it's my inner critic. It is my perception that I have in my mind of the way I want things to turn out, rather than just allowing the page to go wherever it wants to go. That is in charge. That's when I feel like, oh my God, like I'm just fighting with the page. So I took a break. I went on to my other art journal. I did, just creating backgrounds, and I made a series about that, and something so magical happened. The Medial Woman showed up. Oh my God. I'm so over the moon about that. But what that also prompted, for some strange reason, is now I want to dive right back into this. And that's another reason to work from project to project. There's so many great reasons, cross-pollination of ideas, etc. But now, whatever I did on the backgrounds, it just fueled me to come back into painting these portraits again. But before I dive right in, I just wanted to kind of show you the progression of just, different portraits. I've been working on it late at night or whenever I feel called to, and I haven't been recording all of it. But, I am really loving so much of what is going on in these pages. And one of the great reasons to paint the same thing or a similar subject many different ways, many different times, is because we end up thinking outside the box. So even though on the onset it might seem like these portraits are all the same, they're really not. I am learning something different from each and every one of them. And whatever I learn on this particular portrait, I'm going to carry it over into all my other portraits. And they're in various stages of completion. But I am just really digging so much of what is going on. The colors, the values, my tea bags. Yeah. So I really highly recommend that. Actually, there's an artist, and I don't even know who it is, but he has this like a sketchbook, and he has painted or drawn the same subject like 100 different times, and it's something simple like a still life. Like, it's just and he could put even like 4 or 8 of them on one page, but it forces you to really look at every time you draw or paint something, it forces you to look at it in a new way. I mean, there's so many great reasons to work that way. And I am really loving this. Like, look at this. She actually looks like a sculpture to me. Like, look at all the gorgeous stuff going on there. So when I'm done, all of these portraits, I'll do another flip through. Maybe like if I work on it a little bit more and things have changed enough, I will do a flip through like in progress kind of. Now let me find my one that I want to work on. So now that I have come back to it, what I am seeing is like her face is too narrow, and I need to kind of like build out more like over here. And so I'm seeing some issues here that I need to kind of fix. They're nothing major, honestly. And I'm gonna use parts that are already on the page to my advantage. So you guys, when I first started, doing faces and just drawing in general, I had this very misguided notion that, people would just sit down and kind of like create something like out of thin air. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like, just say somebody's doing a portrait. I kind of have this like idea in my head, whether it was conscious or subconscious. It was probably just subconscious, really, that in order to be a good artist, or in order to be considered an artist, even, like I had to, um, just kind of know where everything was gonna go. And then I started taking classes, and different classes from different teachers, and really good teachers, good artists. And one of the things one of my teachers taught us about is searching for the line. And even the masters, like even the, like, Da Vinci, for instance, I'm using him, but, there's so many masters in history. They, you know, they searched for their lines. There's a thing actually called searching for your lines, and you do it by, pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling. So, if you don't get it right the first time or the 10th time, like, absolutely don't get discouraged. And, it's very easy to have these like misconceptions, especially because in movies and whatnot, like I think creativity is portrayed in a certain way that is not really how people work, how artists work. And one of the things my teacher told me is, or told us, is it's really about the final image. Like, you're not really gonna worry about how you got there. Like, sometimes you can paint something, and it can take you like, years to get it the way you want it to go. And then sometimes it can take you a short time. That is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if it takes you a short time or if it takes you a long time. Like, that just doesn't even matter. And a fun fact, okay, you guys, I didn't even know this, but a fun fact is that the Mona Lisa is not complete. Yeah, I didn't know that. The Mona Lisa is actually only, like, I want to say like maybe 60% complete. I mean, nobody really knows, obviously. Um, but yeah, it is not complete at all. And Leonardo da Vinci, reportedly, he walked around with the Mona Lisa like it's on a canvas and it was folded. And he walked around with it like everywhere he went, until he died. I don't know if he was obsessed with it. I don't know if he would just like pull it out and work on it randomly. Like, I don't know what the story is, honestly. But yeah, it is not complete, you guys. That really floored me. I was like, what? And even a lot of his paintings are not complete. Yeah, really kind of makes you think, Um, Now, I guess somebody could look at it and they could be like, oh my God, like, that is complete. But he's the artist. He decides when it's complete or not. I mean, sure, we can sit there and say, well, it looks like it's complete, but he gets, he's the one who makes that decision, in my opinion. And yeah, he didn't think it was complete. Really interesting. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying, yeah, so it doesn't matter. Oh, and by the way, he worked on that for years. Like, he died without it being complete, but he was actively working on it for many, many, many years. So yeah, it doesn't matter how we get to our final image. It doesn't matter if it takes a long time. It doesn't matter if we have to search for our lines and redo things a lot of times, etc. And once I kind of got that in my head, it allowed me to be more gentle with myself and not put so much pressure, like, oh, real artists do this and real artists work this way and blah, blah, blah. It just allowed me to let go a lot more and not be so hard on myself, and to focus on the final image rather than, the way I kind of had like, oh, it has to go this way. I hope I'm making sense, you guys, with what I'm saying. Like, I hope I'm explaining myself properly. See, now I feel like she's kind of taking on a lot. I feel like she's taking on a lot more of a solid kind of a foundation here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop some of this ink here. And like I just want to flesh this out here. And I feel like she's kind of taking on more dimension. But the best thing about all of this, you guys, is that I am excited to work on her now. Before, I was like fighting it, and I was getting really, really frustrated. And that's never a good place to be. And I'm glad I worked on my backgrounds, and then I decided, hey, I want to come back to this. But you know, sometimes I could have left this for, you know, I don't know, months. Like, it doesn't matter. My point I'm trying to make is that, you know, every piece of art is different. Every artist is different. Yeah, so just try to listen to, you know, just try to listen to your intuition about, do I want to continue this right now, etc., etc. But see, I'm really loving the way she's kind of taking form now. I feel like she's a lot more balanced, I guess, than like the way I was working on it. Maybe I just needed to step away to get some perspective. And it is difficult working like this, in the sense, you guys, like, I do not have a reference photo. Like, I'm just making this all up in my head. And I think when you have a reference photo, it does make things, I would say, a little bit easier. A lot easier because you have something to kind of go back to kind of look at and go, but I'm making all this stuff up in my head. And so it is kind of difficult to kind of figure out, like, hey, her face isn't right, the proportions are not really, they don't look right. So sometimes I need that perspective to kind of step away. But see, I'm really liking her a lot more now. Now she's got a long ways to go, don't get me wrong, but I feel like she's fleshing out. And okay. So I want to create some like shadow, like the push part. I want it to be, you know, I want it to be a cooler value, I mean a cooler color and a darker value. So remember, the push parts are the parts that go inside, and then those are, generally speaking, your darker values, your cooler colors, and the pull parts are going to be your lighter values and your warmer values. So warmer colors, I'm sorry. So I'm just trying to kind of like see, I just want that to kind of go inside there. See, you guys, I'm really kind of liking the direction that she's going in now. So I am going to allow this to completely dry, but it's not too wet, so I'm just gonna bring it up closer. But I'm really liking some of the stuff that's going on. I mean, obviously she's got a long ways to go, but I like the direction she's heading in, and I feel like she's being more fleshed out, and I feel like her face is more proportionate to what it was. Her jawline might be still a little bit like too wide, but that's okay. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.